Coach, this is such a special place. You tall buildings, quaint houses, and there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now a first down throw for Newton. And finding the tight end Hooper. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First down, Atlanta.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Newton to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
87 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And that's complete to Cooks. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From the 24, Newton. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That's it. 180. Mike, 58 right there. That's the run. Great. 58, 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. Catch made by Slayton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. At their own 25-yard line. You got nothing. Check 13. Check 13.
The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check. Crunch. 36. Back.
Off play action. Daniels. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line. 180. Wild Bill. Kill.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Kill. Check out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
On first down, here's Love. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Keep playing.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
Let's get it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Come on, fellas.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
55. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Switch. Undercut.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe one. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
On 2nd down, Love. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Switch up, switch up. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 76 yards. Now Spiller. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
We got 3 and 5. We got 3. At the 29-yard line.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Right, 55. 55.
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third. Looking to throw. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fielded just inside the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Newton on 1st down. Airing it out, looking for... He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
6%, buddy. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So they try to get it to the outside on 1st and goal. Nothing doing. Nothing was there.
Yeah, I think some teams want to stay with their bread and butter in these situations. If they like running that toss or that pitch, they want to go right to it. I thought it was excellent defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bryce Love, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys. In the
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Off the play fake. Daniels. And complete. Spiller out of the backfield. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
Here's Spiller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This is Spiller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down, Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Exit, exit. Check 26, check 28. 8. Check hot route. Hop on. Check 52.
And to give this time to the tailback. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the gun on third down, Newton. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
First down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Kill.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Check 31.
To throw on third down, Newton. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A big play that time through the air. 44 yards. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Shotgun handoff now for Love. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Game situation. Let's go. Watch the eye. Great. Watch twist.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. And going deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. This is Love. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On second down, here's Newton. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They run with Spiller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw on second down, Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. Throw left side complete. It's Gill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll give to Spiller. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers get a score closer. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to book.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop him? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
And it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now a handoff looking right. Good move at the 30. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Second and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jordan. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Samson Abukum racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He is going to find Hill here. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it's 2nd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go. 55 is my guy. 55. Go. Bring it. Mike,
to throw again. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
We're ready. Go to base. Mike, 5-5. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Zoom. Mike.
2nd and 4. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.